Hi, I'm Peter,
And I'm Katmia.
and we're eating a bowl of cereal as we welcome you to the
This and that chat.
I stumbled all over my words. I was like, blah, blah.
I thought you had
Blah, blah,
swallowed
blah, blah,
already.
blah,
Here
blah.
I am rushing to swallow so that I can talk.
I was chewing it up.
Oh my gosh. This is the first bowl of cereal we've had in how long, you think?
So
Let's
long.
hear that crunch. You know? you know? There's people who watch people eat on YouTube.
The ASMR, we talked about this on one of our episodes.
Did we? It's
Sorry
called a
for
mukbang.
sorry
Sorry
for the screaming into the mic. Sorry for the for the chewing.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So, some people will log on and watch a mukbang and watch people just eat. That's all they do. People will grab their, the package of the food that they're going to eat and they'll go like, and they'll take a big old bite.
What are you talking about?
Haven't you ever seen a mukbang? I hate watching people eat. I hate it. And the first time this came out and somebody talked about it, I was like, I don't believe it. And I went on there and I saw somebody had just gone to McDonald's and bought a package of or an order of chicken nuggets, let's say. And they get their package and they go, and then they open it and they show you the chicken nugget and then they dip it and they eat. And that's all they do. They don't talk. They just eat. But I hate watching people eat. Okay. But there's people who love that. And there's people who hate hearing people chew. I have a sister who knows who she is. She will not talk to me if I'm eating. She'll tell me, just finish eating and call me back. If I'm recording a voice note for her and I'm chewing, she will respond with, please don't ever send me anything with you chewing again. And I don't mind hearing people chew at all. Isn't that weird? You can hear somebody eating.
Hold on.
But you can't watch someone eating.
You don't mind when someone is eating and all you hear is...
I think if you're chewing like a horse... Is that you?
Yeah, I don't know where I left my phone.
Hey, let's try Hey Siri while we're on the air.
Okay, go.
No, you have to try it. It's your phone.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Your Siri hates you.
Yeah, she does.
You are super, super mean to your Siri.
She deserves it.
No. See, I am preparing for the takeover of AI. And I am very nice to my Siri. I can't believe that our podcast is getting derailed because we're looking for a phone.
Well, I'm just trying to not have it ring.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like a mystery, just a ringing here out of the blue. Maybe it's in your pocket. But anyway, I am very kind to my Siri. I speak nicely to my Siri. I thank my Siri every time that my Siri helps me with anything, even though it isn't the smartest tool in the box. I'll tell you who is super, super smart and tell me if you disagree. Copilot.
Copilot is scary.
It is unbelievable. There was one time we were driving home and, you're tired. It's a long drive home. And it's one of those things where you're just feeling it, right? You're not falling asleep, but you're feeling it. And I'm telling you about Copilot. You've never actually interacted with it. And I've
interacted.
No, this is the first time that I told you hadn't interacted with it. And I tell you can have full conversations. It's not like Siri that you have to give direct commands. You can just have a full conversation and it will respond to you. And of course, you have to put everything to the test. You tell it, can you tell me a story about a yellow banana who was friends with a strawberry and they lived on a hill, and tell me that story.
I got a full on story. And I was
In
so
the
disappointed.
yes.
Hold on.
Once
And
upon a time.
Yes. And I was so disappointed because the end of the story got a little bit derailed. And then Copilot left it hanging like if there was a volume 2. And I don't know what question to ask so I can get the second part of the story that was just made up. So now I was left with wanting to hear the rest of the story.
And we were enthralled.
We were enthralled. We were driving back.
I don't even know from where.
I think we went to go eat at the Indian place or the Italian place, which is right next to each other.
Yeah.
But I think that's where we were coming from. Because I know we were on 152nd going back towards the turnpike.
Really?
I'm 100% sure.
Wow.
I knew where we were.
And here I think we're like in Hallandale Beach.
No.
When that happened.
When have we been to Hallandale Beach?
Question. Do we pass
No,
Hallandale
stop,
Beach when
stop.
I land at the airport is my question.
No.
Oh.
When have we been to Hallandale Beach? Let's pick the randomest.
So random, but that was the word that came into my mind.
Guys, this is what I love about this podcast. You get us raw. I mean, we
Completely unscripted.
we are 6 minutes. I promise you we'll get better. We are 6 minutes and 33 seconds in. My microphone is all over the place. I can't use my mic the way I usually do because I don't know what's going on with it. Ketmi is over there still
chomping away at that
chomping
cereal.
away at cereal. And I don't think we've talked about anything yet.
Hold on. Cereal is very important. It's
Cereal
the
is
most
very
important meal of the day.
No.
Breakfast is.
Yes.
And
not
when do you
cereal.
eat cereal?
It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
And who says this is not breakfast time for someone?
You had breakfast this morning.
You know what? I love places that serve breakfast all day.
Yes, but you had your breakfast this morning. Miss, I have to get my Starbucks coffee on Saturday morning.
Listen, while everybody's rushing out to Starbucks to get their pumpkin cold brew, pumpkin spice latte, I am waiting until I'm going to say I'm waiting till October. Because
To get your first one?
well, just to get into like the whole holiday flavors, because I will say this. I'm not a super huge fan of some coffees that are made pumpkin spice. Some people make it good. Some people, there's like a little weird aftertaste. But for me, having that is a definite part of the season, right? And having it in August is way too early. You know what this reminds me of?
Hold on. Can you answer this question before you go to what this reminds you of?
Mm-hmm.
Who decided that in the middle of August was the appropriate time to start pumpkin spice?
This is what I was going to say. You know what this reminds me of? When Black Friday stopped being after Thanksgiving. You know, it was Black Friday. You got in line at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning at Best Buy. And they said, oh, let's make it right after Thanksgiving dinner. And then they moved it up and made it at noon. And then it's like, why don't you just come in at 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day and just get it out of the way while your turkey cooks? Whoever had that idea had this same idea. Because you're just pushing things.
When does summer officially end?
I would say when fall begins.
You know, I'm at a loss for words. I was going to ask you just as a follow up because obviously you didn't understand me. I was going to say, and when does fall begin? And you would just say when summer ends.
No, September 22nd.
So then September 21st is when summer ends?
But isn't that the same answer I gave you? When fall begins.
I don't-
Clearly,
I
that is the
don't
last
know
day
the
of
dates.
summer. Actually, this is an interesting thing. That's my definition of when fall begins. But for a lot of people, summer ended when school went back in session. Because at work,
Isn't it supposed to be a Labor Day?
I don't know. We should look this up. This is actually really cool. But I just want you to listen to
All
the
right, hold
story.
on.
At work.
Ooh, you should ask Copilot.
Oh, let's ask Copilot. Yes. What a great idea. You are so full of great ideas.
That'll be fun.
Hold on.
Here we go.
When is the official end of summer?
Gotta put it on the mic. It's on the other side.
Official end of summer varies depending on how you define it. Let's break it down. Astronomical end of summer, northern hemisphere. The astronomical end of summer occurs
too
during
much.
the fall equinox.
Ah.
In 2024, this falls on September 22nd at 8:44
even look
a.m.
that
Eastern
up.
Daylight Time.
I didn't even look that up.
This date marks the transition from summer to
Okay.
fall based on the position of the sun in relation to the Earth.
Okay, too much.
Meteorological
Way
end of
too
Tell
much.
Copilot
Thank
to
you,
stop.
Copilot, thank
Stop.
you. You have to be kind to it.
Listen,
We discussed this.
when AI takes over,
Hold on. Meteorologists use a different approach. They consider September 1st as the end of summer,
which is Labor Day.
which, well, it lands on the 2nd this time. But yeah, it's
Right,
right
which
about it's right about then. Now, but
When is Labor Day is the 2nd.
is the 2nd, yeah.
Yeah, so it ends on the 1st.
Right. So
Yes.
Labor Day marks the beginning of fall for meteorologists. Okay, so when they talk about fall weather and all this stuff, but
Well, I've already told you that I have started feeling the difference.
oh my God, I didn't even want to say that out loud.
Yeah,
But
I've
there
already started
has
to
been-
feel the difference, like going out and working. Like there are days that are hot. They always are hot. We're always going to get like ridiculous temperatures.
But there's a
But-
stinging hot
They're right. There's a difference now.
that
and I
is-
even saw this
that is
morning.
blunted or dulled.
Yeah, like I saw this morning that Las Vegas finally came under 90 degrees for the first time all summer today.
Wow.
That's brutal. Like we get hot days, right? They just have hot days.
This is not the place where you can fry an egg in the middle of the street, right?
Yes, it's the desert. The thing is that their heat over there, their 90 degrees is different from ours. We have humidity.
Right.
So our humidity is
Amazon jungle.
Amazon jungle. Like you walk outside and you sweat. You walk inside and you freeze. Well,
And it's the nasty sweat. Because it's a sticky, heavy
But
sweat.
we've
Ugh.
even jumped in the pool, and there's just a point where you're just like, okay, I got to get out of here for a little bit because this is just way too hot.
It's like being in a sauna outside.
It is.
And you can't escape it. You try to breathe, and there you can't even. Okay, but we're all over the place.
Yes.
Okay?
What were we talking about?
We
Cereal?
were talking about cereal.
Okay.
Okay, but I was gonna say that the corporate people at my job, they gave us a little box of some bundt cake, cupcake stuff, right? And it was, as summer comes to an end, happy end of summer. Pretty much that's what it was. And it was right the week that school started. So that's interesting. That
What did it give you? A cake?
No, like cupcakes for everybody
Oh,
in the
okay,
office.
okay.
But it had like a card and everything, end of summer and all that stuff. And I was thinking, wow, that's weird that
Why?
because school is back in session, so I guess that's it. Summer's over because people
You're a
are back.
diagnostic center. You're not dealing with any kid stuff.
No, but everyone else has a personal life outside of that.
You know what?
I don't know.
You know what the seasons for me are? Traffic and no traffic. That's it.
You cannot live your life like that.
That is that is
Oh my gosh.
my season. I have throughout the year, and it doubles up, right? So we have when school's in session, it is the worst traffic. When there's a day off from school or there's a week off from school or whatever's going on, phenomenal. When the summer comes, we get spoiled and then we get slapped in the face. And they can't even
And
give
is
us the full week. They
and
give it to us only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And it's terrible that you can have your summer defined like that. Because I felt that summer started for all the kids, right? And all of a sudden, we're free. We don't have any more traffic. It's incredible. It takes me 24 minutes to get to work when it normally takes me 54. Okay. On a good day, 54 minutes to get to work. And only 24 minutes. It's so sad. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, summer's about to end. Get ready. Traffic's coming back. I forgot what time.
We talked about it for a week. Do you
The
know,
dread.
Do you, we no
The
we,
dread.
About okay. Well, we gotta change our alarm. We gotta get up earlier. We started.
And I didn't even
changing
remember when. Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? When the kids were coming up on school, and I would tell
Right,
them,
we would
stop going
switch
to
there.
sleep so late. Start going to sleep early so you can train yourself. But now I'm thinking, you know what? Forget it. Okay. Just stay up late.
You wanted to say something else.
I know, but I forgot this is the family chat.
It was close.
Just forget it. Okay. And stay up late.
Fork it.
Fork it.
Fork it.
This
Like a
boy-
fork.
You know, forget also has an F.
I know, but fork it sounds closer.
So anyway.
Anyways.
Ooh,
Jinx. 1, 2, 3. You owe me a Coke. I get the Coke.
Oh,
All right.
you're jinxing with Jinx?
Yeah, I know.
That's Jinxception.
Jinxception. No.
Say it.
Jinxception. Mm-hmm. There it is.
So cereal.
Cereal. Okay. Focus.
All right. Focusing on cereal.
What's your favorite?
Oof. Favorite cereal. Captain Crunch.
What? Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't stand I like Captain Crunch. The Crunch Berries one, I think.
That's it right there.
But
Original or Crunch Berries?
Yeah. To me, it's got to be the Crunch Berries because it has that little bit of a fruity kind of taste to it. Mm-hmm. But for me...
But that's as a kid. As an adult, I don't know. And I'll tell you why.
Listen, as a kid or an adult, you can give me a bowl of Frosted Flakes. You can give me a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You can give me a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles I don't like.
Here, our kids are gonna.
But our kids love.
Our kids, I love Fruity Pebbles. Our kids will love. I'm gonna use some of their phrasing. Fruity Pebbles slaps.
Ooh, cheeks.
What? God help me, Jesus. This is going to become a religious podcast because we're going to need to pray to be able to survive. I can't even with this woman. Sometimes, if you ever question whether or not we are real,
Oh my god.
I'm real. I can prove it. I don't know about the one in front of me. And so going back to the AI thing, because I need to attach this to it. Mm-hmm. So Ketmia is prepared to submit to AI.
100%. You can take me as a slave.
Yeah. Like she's ready, right? I'm in trouble. First of all, because I mistreat my Siri because she doesn't understand my accent. So no matter what,
You don't have an accent.
whatever there is in my voice, she doesn't understand me. I've even tried changing it to Spanish. Okay.
Remember when you talked to her in a different accent with a different pitch and everything, and she responded to you super nicely?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't
doesn't
understand.
like you.
She doesn't. She doesn't understand my accent. So I can't use speech to text. I can't ask her anything. Like it's just so frustrating. Anyways, so I mistreat my Siri. Ketmia does not. So her Siri, who she has on as a British guy. Mm-hmm. But what is that about?
Sorry.
Your husband is in front of you. Do you not? And you are lusting over a AI. I swear. I don't know if she's real. I don't know if she's real, guys.
You would know.
No.
You would. Because the AI would not be able to compute.
Maybe you're an
I
advanced
would be
AI.
super, super analytical.
No,
And very
you're super
serious.
advanced.
I don't know.
Super advanced AI. That's what
I think that's why they'll keep me.
You,
I'll be
last
very
week you
interesting.
tried to kill me with
Bro.
Edgar Allan Poe.
It's not pole. You keep
It's
saying pole.
Poe. See, you don't even understand my.
No, you said pole.
It's recorded
right now. Anybody who's listening,
It's
vote
recorded.
online and say, "Bro, do we
It's-
need to rewind?" I didn't want to correct you last time.
It's
I let it slide.
recorded.
It is recorded, and you
Edgar-
said pole.
Poe.
There you go. Can we talk about the car designs that we talked about?
What car designs?
What would happen if we had Trading Spaces cars and I designed yours and you designed mine?
We
A
had.
paint job.
Did we? Oh, the paint job. No. No. I gave you a nice paint job,
You sure did.
and then you screwed me over.
Oh my gosh. We'll have to table this for another time. Another conversation.
Okay.
Can we get out of cereal?
Hold on, I'm going back to cereal.
Okay.
So, you can give me, like, those were like kid cereal growing up, Fruit Loops,
Can we talk about Fruity Pebbles really quick?
Lucky
I feel.
Charms.
Did
with
you like
extra
Cocoa Puffs?
marshmallows? No,
What about Rice Krispies Cocoa Puffs?
no.
The chocolate one.
I hate chocolate in my ice cream. In my cereal. Sorry. What the hell is going on? What is going on? We have
Oh my God.
we have become
I can't. Hold on. Wait, do you actually hate chocolate in your ice cream as well?
we have become unhinged.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of chocolate
In your ice cream.
in my anything.
What about on a cake or in a dessert? You like
could-
brownies with ice cream. You like
Yeah,
lava
okay,
cake.
Hold on.
I think that
Brownies,
you're selective.
brownies with ice cream.
Bro, the cruise.
Lava cake. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I want, and I swear to you right now. Look at me in my face.
Okay. And it's here.
And it's recorded.
So let it be written. So
it
let
will
it be done.
published, and it will happen. If they have tiramisu cheesecake,
Which is out of this room.
it's cynical. It
No,
is.
it's sinful. You can't even speak. You're
Why wouldn't cynical work?
What's cynical? Cynical's like you're like, I don't know if I believe in this. I'm jaded.
Look up the thing. It is sinful. Listen, this. I think we've talked about this tiramisu cheesecake.
I think we did.
I chase this tiramisu cheesecake. I
Here it is.
swear to you, I'm going to ask for an entire cheesecake, and I'm taking it back to the room, putting it in the fridge, and I'm eating a slice every single day for breakfast.
Distrustful of human sincerity or integrity.
Next,
What do you mean next?
there has to be another definition. Go.
Concerned only for one's interest and typically disregarding accepted or appropriate standards in order to achieve them.
Okay, I'll take that one, and I will change my phrase, and I would say I am cynical.
You are cynical.
I
though.
become cynical when there's tiramisu
Deeply
cheesecake.
distrustful. Deeply.
Tiramisu cheesecake. I've never found one on land. I can only find
That
it
is
on
so
the
true.
sea.
That is so true. There's
And we-
recipes.
We are fans of tiramisu.
Well, can we say?
You're not.
Hold on.
What?
Because we went to an
Who are you?
authentic
Oh yeah, that was weird
basement
though.
Italian restaurant.
That was weird though.
What are you talking about? Maybe this is
Did you like it better?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't like it.
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm talking about when we went to where the mom was out there cooking
And they were screaming at each other in
and they were
Italian?
screaming at each
Yeah,
other.
I didn't like it there.
You didn't, but
Where's
that was
the other one?
authentic.
Yeah, but where did we
Oh.
go that was really good?
Of course, right? Where were we right now? That we went to were we in Where were we? That we went to that absolutely amazing. We went to the cigar. Oh, Tampa. Because we had gone to Cigar
yes.
City and we told.
Yes.
Is it Cigar City
Yes,
that we went to?
it's Cigar City.
And we told the owner, remember, about the restaurant?
Ybor City.
Ybor City. There you go.
Right, at the cigar shop.
In Tampa, we went to that Italian restaurant that was a basement that was
Yes.
absolutely 10 out of 10 food. They had a delicious thing, but they said that they were northern Italians.
Yeah, I think that's where... what was that?
It's a cereal.
I think that's where there's the difference. I think we're more of... And let me tell you, the food at that Italian restaurant was phenomenal. You know where we haven't... Sorry, I'm like just running like a train.
Welcome to my world.
You know where we haven't had tiramisu?
Where?
Anna Capri. How have we been to Anna Capri so many times and never had
I'll tell you how.
tiramisu?
And they ask us every time.
They do.
And it looks good.
But we eat so much food.
No. It's not that we eat so much food. It's that their food is so filling. And it's you keep going back and you just eat it. And by the time that you finish.
That bolognese.
Oh my God.
The lobster ravioli.
I think we need to go there tomorrow.
No. How can we go to tomorrow? On a Sunday?
On a Sunday.
No. You're crazy. No.
But are you crazy enough?
I'm not crazy enough.
Okay.
Considering the fact that we're going to be away next weekend.
And the weekend after.
And the weekend after.
We're telling people our business.
And? Is that not what we're doing here?
Oh, that's true.
The entire podcast is us airing our laundry.
No, we don't have any laundry to air.
Of course we do.
Do we now?
Have you heard our episodes, or do you just not?
No.
I don't think you hear our
At
episodes.
all.
What the crap, bro?
Okay, how many people have you heard in your podcast who are actors in a TV show or in a movie, and they said, I've never watched my stuff?
No, you need to listen to it.
Not once have I ever heard an episode. Because I lived it.
Hold on. I feel that I've become a better podcaster
because you're listening
because I'm listening to it.
But what if I were to change? What if me listening to it would be like, bro, I'm all over the place. I need to rein myself in.
I bet you can't follow yourself.
No, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. You know that somebody
okay, hold on.
Who
You know,
talked to me like this?
You know what would happen? I would tell you what would happen. You would listen to the podcast. You'd be done with the podcast and you'd be like, oh my God, there's somebody else like me out in the world before you realize it's you.
No. You know what's so funny? One of my sisters was meeting her boyfriend's mom, and she said that on the very first meeting, the mom was just talking and she was talking about everything, okay? And she stops all of a sudden and she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. You probably are like not even able to follow. And she goes, oh no, you talk exactly like my sister does. So she said that listening to me, it was like listening to me talk. So she was able to follow her jumping from one subject to another just fine. It was with you, actually. A few weeks ago, we had a conversation in which you stopped and you were like, does anything that I have said make sense? Because I feel like I've been all over the place. And I was like, yeah, totally. I get you. You're shifting gears with me now more so than you were before.
I refuse to believe it.
I know. That's okay. The delusion is part of it.
Yeah. I'm scared right now because the face that you said that with.
It's the truth. I
know,
love it.
But the face that you said, the delusion is part of it, looked.
Can I be AI?
Bro, it was
Can
creepy.
I be?
Yes. That was that like I have a chill in my bones right now.
Listen.
And it's not the chill, the one that you're kind of like and you kind of
no, it's the one where a dead soul touched your back, right?
Yes.
That's happened to me.
I'm yes.
I am gonna mention Sal. We've mentioned Sal. We've had Sal on a phone call on the chat, so I'm going to mention her name. I was talking to her this week, and we're talking about believing in vampires and werewolves and aliens, my favorite kind of conversations. And I'm telling her 100%, like, I believe that these things are out there, but we've all been told they're fairy tales. And
Okay, but here's a question. Let's dig into this one.
okay.
Okay, this podcast is weird. Serial, and now we're in vampires.
We're going to tie it together.
Okay. What?
We're gonna wrap it up in a nice bow. You'll
You've
see.
already figured it out.
Just keep going.
Oh God, help me. Oh, Count Dracula, the cereal.
Ooh.
Boom, we put it together. All right.
Go. Is there actually a cereal?
You've never had the Count Dracula? It's like a chocolatey one.
You don't
too.
like that?
I don't like it, but I know it.
Count Choco.
Yes. Count Chocula.
I don't think they sell that in the store anymore.
I don't think so.
No, just like they don't sell Ajax. Continue.
All right, let's dig into this a little bit. Okay. Do you
Ooh, your voice went
truly
deep.
Do you
Ooh.
truly? I don't think I have a good radio voice.
Yeah, I don't know.
As we do a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fantastic. Do you truly believe that there is a vampire, werewolf, something in that?
100%.
Now the question is, do you believe that it is as depicted in movies?
I think that the latest, the Dracula Untold, may be the closest resemblance to it. Where it was hiding among us, where
So here is where I lie in this.
where they don't age.
Here's where I lie in this. So I believe that there is something that these characters have developed from. But I don't think it's necessarily exactly that way. Mm-hmm. You know, like I don't think like the werewolf is a guy who changes into a wolf when the moon comes out. But that there is some sort of being that comes from that kind of a line that's a little bit not normal, and they like that. I think so.
Well, sure, because if you don't have any other description for what you just saw, and you can only describe it as a big wolf, all of a sudden you're going to say this is a wolf-like creature, werewolf,
Just
then
like
lures, 100%.
Just like Bigfoot.
Just like
there
Loch Ness.
There were giants on Earth. And I feel that there's still some stuff that's hiding out there.
I just think that we've been told that a lot of these myths and fairy tales are what they are. We've grown up on them. And it's the way that their existence has been revealed to people. Okay. But if you were to go say, I just saw Bigfoot, what are most people going to say to you?
You're crazy.
Exactly. Their whole existence can remain a secret because we are never going to accept that someone said that. Now,
Just like aliens.
Right. And so this is what I was talking to Sal about, right? So I was telling her, sadly, very sadly, regrettably, I cannot say that aliens are real.
Okay.
For the simple, logical fact that I don't see aliens being real as little green men from another planet, disfigured creatures from another planet. I don't see that as being a thing. Okay. I see aliens as just other humanoid like people, right? From another planet. But it is impossible that we have lived our entire existence and there is some entire universe of multiple people from multiple different planets that lives and travels throughout the galaxy, and nobody has ever made contact with us. And not in the way that they say, oh yeah, Roswell, right? Where it's just a couple people who maybe saw something and there's nothing really definitive that can be proved, and everything that they show you is disfigured green green aliens, right? There would have been multiple different planets that have made very public appearances for humans. So because
What
that
if
has
it's
not
not?
happened,
What if it's not in the best interest?
we're the only planet that is not in the best interests.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like, someone would have wanted to trade with us. Someone would have wanted to conquer us.
What if somebody came by and looked at us and be like, "Those people are crazy,"
Yeah. So,
and said, "We're gonna leave them alone,"
just because of that.
or they came and they they like to eat people, and then they tried us and they were like, "These guys are salty," and then they left.
Yeah, I just see, I wish that all of this were real.
And on their galactical map, it says Earth. Do not go there.
I mean, we would be the only place. The only place. So because of that, I can't say that they're real. A lot of people who say, "Oh, I believe aliens are real." You know, I love where your head's at, but you haven't logically thought it all out.
Who, me?
No, anybody.
Oh,
Because there's people who are like, "Oh, how can you not believe that there's other people out there?" Because, buddy, they haven't come here. And they would have. The same way that the European settlers came over here and took the land because they wanted to expand, someone else, good or bad, would have wanted to expand. And if they're so advanced, there's nothing that we can do that we're holding them underground somewhere because they only send one scout and nobody ever came back. You think that if they sent a scout and they never came back, that we wouldn't have a legion of army invading us? So because of that, sadly, they're not real. So she tells me, "You're frightening me with all of these new thoughts that you're having." And I said, "Why?" Like, this is honestly what I think. I think that there are way too many people who've had encounters that they cannot explain with creatures that they cannot explain.
and why is it that every time there's an encounter, they're taking pictures or video with a potato? Like, everyone has an iPhone. Okay? They've shot full 4K movies on an iPhone. You're going to tell me that every single time there's a spaceship or an alien or a Bigfoot or whatever, it's, a flip phone from 1980? There were no flip phones in
See?
1980. 1990?
See?
Were there flip phones in 1990?
I have no idea. I think Nessie's real, but I don't think she's as big as people have said that she is.
Okay.
I think that there's some sort of a weird creature in that lake that just doesn't have they're not on Discovery Channel, You know who's proven that to us? This guy who likes to get into rivers, river monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The river monster guy, he has pulled fish out from these rivers that you're like, I've never seen a fish like that before. And then you go deep sea diving, and there's creatures deep sea that you've never seen
they're
anywhere.
weird.
Really weird stuff. So that there could be sea monsters and all of this stuff that people throughout the years have made stories about, 100%. But if you say specifically Loch Ness monster, people are like, oh, you're crazy. You're one of those people.
The Loch Ness monster is one of those that you either
Believe or don't
believe or you don't. The same way as everything else.
Exactly. So cereal.
Are we back at cereal?
I never got to talk about my cereal. You talked about your cereal. I was going to say, I had a much, much different experience as a child with cereal. And the only cereal that we had in our house was Cardboard Crunch. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
What is it?
That is the generic brand frosted. No, the original Kellogg's flat bland
Corn.
flakes, which you had to put sugar in it.
Corn flakes.
Yes.
Corn flakes. Do you know what happens to corn flakes when they get wet?
They get really delicious.
Like wet cardboard.
Horrible.
All right. Now, we were allowed a sprinkle of sugar. And when I say a sprinkle, I mean a blessing. Okay?
Okay.
Do you imagine a blessing?
Okay.
Like that?
So was there a change? Because I remember you would spoon sugar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it was disgusting. I hate the
But
taste
why
of
would
milk.
you keep buying it?
Because this is what
You would put sugar in Frosted Flakes.
I know.
That's wild.
Of course, because I just didn't know the difference, right? To me, Frosted Flakes was the same, just under disguise.
And you would
I
eat
didn't
it.
trust it.
You would eat it with the milk
Warm.
microwaved.
Microwaved, exactly. Okay. Which is what I was getting to.
AI.
My dad would allow us very rarely to put Ovaltine in our cereal because he was like me. He is like me. That's where I get it from. Just random crazy ideas that it's like, yeah, why not do it? Who cares, right? And my mom is very much like you, very methodical, and like things have a place, and you don't put Ovaltine in your cereal. But when he would do that, oh my God, the best cereal I've ever had. Delicious. I could even have it not as warm because I'm putting Ovaltine in it. So it's like drinking, chocolate milk. But to be able to get a spoon of sugar into your cereal, God forbid. God forbid, because it's bad for you, okay?
So here we go. So you're eating cardboard cereal. And in that cardboard cereal, you would heat it up, making it more cardboard. I could just imagine what it was like. Because like when you eat Frosted Flakes, like it gets...
If you let them sit.
Yeah, it gets stuck in the bottom of your teeth, like where you're chewing, right? But if you're warming up the milk and you're letting it sit and you got all this concoction going on...
You can imagine it, right?
Ugh,
it's disgusting. Thank you.
Disgusting.
Thank you. So when there was cereal for breakfast, I just wouldn't eat. Then I started working and I discovered Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch that was sweet by itself, that you could put milk and immediately the colors would run and make
Would you
the
bring that
milk
home?
sweet. Yeah.
How did that survive?
Well, so once we started buying our own things, you would put it there and you would put like, this is mine. And people would steal, but they wouldn't steal the whole thing. They'd steal like little bits at a time. It's like when we would drink a soda and put it in the fridge. And then you come back later and you're like, why is it lighter? And then the last person to come back is water.
Horrible.
There's 8 of you, so how do you even determine who did that, right? But Captain Crunch was like revolutionary for me. So I feel that from my younger years, Captain Crunch was something new in the world of cereal. And right now, you just got to experience something I've never done before, which is straight out of the fridge, milk in the cereal, cold milk in my bowl. Because it's oat milk. And I love the taste of oat milk. So I've finally enjoyed cereal at 43 years of age.
You're 43?
Finally enjoyed it cold like a normal person has. This is what I've been missing. Just like I never understood the whole putting cookies into milk because I don't like milk.
Oreo cookies into milk.
Remember
Man,
when they designed
I love that
a
stuff.
scene on TV, that cup that held your Oreo cookie and that you could dip
No, it wasn't a cup. It was like
a bowl?
it was like a spoon for the cookie. It was like a U shape at the end, and you would slide your cookie into it. It would like snap in.
Uh-huh.
And then you could dunk it.
Uh-huh.
And then bring it out.
But what was the whole
Hold
design?
on. See, this is what's weird. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
My brain.
Okay.
Why? You dunk everything in coffee, cookies and stuff into coffee, right? But you never ever were interested in dunking. Did you just not like the taste of milk?
Thank you. Wow. Welcome to the podcast. I've only said that 20 times.
Yeah, but you've been talking about the cereal.
No, I don't like the taste of milk, period. The only way that it would change its flavor is by heating it up. And that's why if I had to, I would have that. You know, there's the thing that everybody eats, arroz con leche.
Yeah, I don't like arroz con leche.
My entire family loves that, except me.
But see, that to me it was weird. That I milk and rice just didn't work for me.
But I will have rice tea.
That's another.
Yeah, but
we're
that
not gonna
doesn't.
go there.
Yeah, but that doesn't have milk.
No, we would have milk at the house, obviously all the time or whatever. I could just go to the kitchen, serve myself the tallest glass of milk, and drink it, and I would be so happy.
The
I
kids too.
loved it.
The kids too.
I loved it. It was such a treat for me, And if you had a couple cookies in there, even better. So, anyways.
So what I was saying about the Flintstone cereal, what is it?
Fruity Pebbles.
Was that I feel that because our kids loved cereal from when they were very young. It's something I tried to tell my sisters to teach their kids to do, so that you're not slaves to making like breakfast for your kids. I know a lot of moms who get up in the morning and make their kids pancakes and all that stuff, and I was like, forget that.
Fork it.
I want to sleep. And if you're going to get up at 6 o'clock and you want breakfast, buddy, you need to learn how to serve yourself a bowl of cereal, because you're going to be able to eat when you want to. And from a young age, I taught Mike how to serve himself cereal without dropping the milk, and how to serve his sister in case she woke up as well. And I would say that he was probably 5 when he was serving himself cereal, which I think is a good age. But I loved the fact that they loved eating cereal and that they didn't have the same problems I did, right? So when they discovered Fruity Pebbles, all of a sudden in 2 servings, the Fruity Pebbles were gone.
Hold on.
Because that's the bad thing about Fruity Pebbles.
Yes. Okay, so let us be fair. Those little flakes, those little tiny little things,
they're like chiclets.
You have to serve half of the box just to be able to have one serving.
You don't have to convince me. You were the one who was like, no, they can't eat it so fast. What do you want them to do?
Stop buying them that one.
And that's what you would say. Stop. But that's the one that they loved. So.
What do you mean that's the one? They loved whatever you kept. Listen.
When I would tell them, what kind of cereal do you want?
Listen, our kids got the creme de la creme.
Oh, they sure did.
With cereal. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you remember the Cookie Crisp?
Oh, that was actually good. I like that one.
Chocolate chip cookies in your milk. Good. What an amazing idea.
Yeah, well, they were just shaped like that. They weren't actual cookies. You do understand that they weren't actual cookies, right? Really?
For real? No, I don't believe you. Continue talking.
Cookie Crisp is not... Oh, my God. Cookie.
They're like baby cookies.
No,
what are you talking?
They were shaped like baby cookies.
They looked like them.
Yeah. Okay, so what stuff? Let's go through this real quick. What stuff? What stuff did we give our kids that we didn't have as kids, and that's the reason why we gave it to them?
Pretty much for me, everything, including TV in their rooms.
That took a while before
that took a while, but still their own rooms. Nick was actually telling me right now that she was talking about how she needs that space where she can just go into her room and just, that's her space. It's her, nobody is invading her there. If she wants to have her room messy, it's messy and it's not in anybody's way. Like that, right? Mm-hmm. It's her space. And she told me, when I thought about it, I've always had my own space from a very young age. And I thought back and I thought when we moved to Palm Breeze, whenever that was, okay, well, however old they were, that I think Mike was maybe 10 and she was 8, right?
It did happen, yeah.
Then,
Palm Breeze.
They had their own room.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have my own room ever. because I left my house to come share a room with you.
And I had my own room. Goodness, I would say. So I had my own room when we were living in Miami,
Okay.
and then
Really,
when,
your own?
so I was what 4 or 5 years old,
Okay.
and I already had my own room.
Wow. And you never shared a room with your sisters?
I did,
Later?
yeah.
Interesting.
So when we moved down to the Keys,
Okay.
the first apartment that we were able to find for the first 2 years, I think, I shared a room with my sisters. So you're talking about
Wow.
like 14, 15.
Wow, that is so
Yeah,
weird.
13, 14.
That must have been weird for you, though, because
then
if you
I
went
got-
from having your own room to sharing.
Yeah. No, it must have been less. I must have been younger. Because we got 7th and 8th grade.
10 and 11?
7. No, it would have
13?
been like 11. 10,
12 and
11, 10,
13?
11. Something like that. But it was half a year of my 8th grade year. And then we moved to the house that I got my own room again. I hated sharing my room with my sisters.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hated it. They were
Especially since you're so neat.
they're so messy. The worst. There was crap everywhere all the time.
So what did you have, bunk beds?
Yeah, so I had my own bed, and
Uh-huh.
then my sisters had bunks.
I see.
So
No, and then I'm sure that they were on your bed.
no,
Really?
they knew better.
Oh, okay.
They knew better.
So it's interesting.
But
like
we did
even-
have. Now that I'm thinking about it, we did have a TV in our room
Did you?
from young.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like the kids never had cable. The TV was put there for them to play games because
Right.
they did have game. Like even that, they had their own DS, their own Game Boys, and then they would swap and play, different games. Going to the movies, going out to restaurants. I mean, pretty much everything that, but to me, I feel like because also we were young parents, it was very exciting for us to give them things like that,
Right.
and to have them enjoy
I know-
things that
and
we
I-
felt like we didn't get to enjoy or whatever.
And I know that my parents, like, my parents did a lot to give us a lot, but like I remember, and I think this is where there's like a difference in our shift. So like when my parents were in Miami, there was a time there where it was really, really, really tight, like really super, super tight, the way that your parents were.
Mm-hmm.
And when the opportunity came for us to move to the Keys, things changed. My mom was working. She got a really good job at a bank. My dad had gotten a really amazing promotion to go down there. That's when, like, there was a visible change. We had brand new clothes going to school. My parents bought a new car. Like, you could just tell we bought the house, a big old house with a big yard. And, there was just this like visible change that happened, and it happened very, very quickly. And I remember that it stayed like that, we always, there's just like, there's a change that I can point back to and say, okay, it changed here going forward. Because even when we first moved to the Keys, it was still a little bit not exactly what it became. But once we got into our house, it was very, very different. And it was awesome. I mean, what are you going to, like, I turned 15, got my learner's permit, and my car was sitting in the driveway before I could even use it, So the day I turned 16, on my birthday, I was at the DMV. I got my license and I drove to school. I was the kid in school that had the car, and I had everyone, around me. Like, those are things that are very, very different. Like, that didn't happen for you until we got together.
Right. And even then.
It took a long time because we made choices to give our kids better education where we had to hold back on some of that stuff. So, but now we're able to enjoy the fruits of all that insanity, and we love it.
And we
We're really
went back
enjoying it.
to the simplistic bowl of cereal.
That will be always amazing.
You know?
Anyways, I think it's just really cool that we're able to remember the old stuff.
Like, are you saying like never forgetting your roots, where you came from?
No, like remember the old stuff and like
Laugh about
still
it.
be able to enjoy it. You know? Like not feel like you're above.
Mm-hmm.
Does that?
To still stay humble, you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything can be taken from you in a moment.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the thing. You can always go back. And I feel that if you don't have the skills to be able to go back and live that life again, you know, like the people who are holding out for the management position.
I'll tell you this, though. Something that we did learn when we first got married, like at the beginning of our nuptials, I got to enjoy some of the things that you had growing up that you had because of necessity. Not like, for example, I'll use this as the prime example, and there's other examples, but we won't get into all that.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of our favorite meals to have?
Beans and tortillas.
Bro, that is amazing. It's literally a can of black beans that gets smashed in some oil.
A can. How dare you?
Whatever. You know what I mean? I'm saying like the simplest.
It's black
like,
beans.
Or a bag. What is it? A bag? They come in a bag?
It's a black beans.
Right. It's black
An
beans.
egg.
An egg.
Mozzarella.
Some tortillas and some mozzarella with a little bit of hot sauce and
boom.
you
Maybe an
eat-
avocado.
and some avocado.
Maybe.
Like you eat and you at the end of that you're like, life is good.
Life is delicious. So crazy, right?
Yeah.
No foam on a spoon for me, thank you.
Who said that?
I don't know. I said that.
No.
I just said that.
There is an interview with Steve Carell.
Okay.
Have you not seen this?
I know he said he doesn't like fancy schmancy restaurants.
So Steve Carell said that he went to they invited him and his wife to a fancy
5-course
like,
meal.
Yeah, like it was some sort of an event or some sort of what's it called? What are those things called?
Red carpet?
Fundraisers or
a gala.
a gala or whatever. And he says they bring him out a spoon with duck foam.
Ew. Oh, that sounds so bad.
And he says that he looked at it and asked the waiter, "What do I do with this?" He honestly did not know what to do with it.
It must look like spit.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it has to be horrible. He says that they finished their meal, their time, and they looked at each other
It said, "Are you hungry?"
and said, "Let's go." And he said they stopped at, I think it was Burger King. He said he stopped at Burger King or Taco Bell. It was a fast food restaurant. He said, I went to go get a burger. I don't think he said specifically where.
Where? Okay.
But he said it was a fast food joint and he went and got a burger. So maybe in California, In-N-Out or
Right, who knows?
or whatever, one of these places. He just went and grabbed a burger, and he says that they sat in the back of their limo because they were picked up and brought to the gala or whatever.
Right.
And they sat in the back of their limo and they ate their burger and fries.
A charity.
A charity. That's what it
That's
was.
the word.
So he says that they just sat back there and just enjoyed it. And he says, I've never been back to another one of those again.
I'm sorry, but I've seen the food of the rich. Okay?
I don't want it.
Very little of it looks appetizing to me.
I don't want it.
Very, very little. A lot of foams and mousses and
So like I've seen, and we
we
talked.
always talk about the filet mignon.
Yeah.
I don't-
Listen, keep your filet mignon. Give me a ribeye. Give me
a-
churrasco.
Exactly. Give me
You
a
like the
skirt
New York.
steak.
You like the New York steak.
Give me a New
York
York
strip.
Yep.
But I look at, like, we love cooking shows. We see like Gordon Ramsay and all the stuff that he
Wagyu.
cooks, and like there's always an elevation element to whatever he makes. But a lot of his food, there's a base to it. Like you can go and sit down at Hell's Kitchen, right? You're gonna pay an arm and a leg because it's Gordon Ramsay, but you're gonna eat food and you're gonna leave and you're gonna not be hungry. But there are some of these places. They actually showed it on one of the shows, remember, where it was the size of a table that they would bring out, and there was like little swirls and like pâtés and like foam on one side and all this whatever, and then they would pop a balloon and like it would splatter down. What do you
And
want
you're
me to
like,
What do you want me to do? Spread my hand across the table and lick up the foam?
I'm hungry.
Get out of here. Give me a burger.
You know,
I'm hungry now.
hold on. I'm wondering something now. Do you think that all of these really rich people eat a burger before they go to this charity? That way that they can be served foam on a spoon and be like, "Oh, this is exquisite."
I would venture to say yes.
Because there's no way that you're going to go there for hours and hours and be drinking for hours and hours and
On an empty stomach?
on an empty stomach. I think we just figured them out. That's like the dirty little secret nobody wants to talk about.
Well, we are on the way to the comedy club tonight.
We should have just said the club and let people wonder where we
Yeah.
were going.
So I think
On that note,
that we will not be stopping before we get there because they have good food.
they do have good food.
But anyways,
It's always fun to do this with you.
it is.
It was
is
nice
a blast.
to. Where's your bowl of cereal? Let's cheer.
I have nothing in it.
Let's cheer to life.
Wait, hold on. It clinks for the cereal. We're weird. You guys join us because you like us. That
To
we're
life.
weird.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Anyways, join us next week as we talk about some
Lunch.
other. If you made it this far, bless you. Bless your heart. Congratulations. We will be sending out medals virtually because honestly, you deserve it for hanging out with us and dealing with our shenanigans. If you like what you hear, give us 5 stars, rate us, tell your friends,
Share it.
do all that good stuff. We do this not because we're trying to get more people to listen to us.
We
but-
are trying to get famous. No?
Are we?
Wasn't that the plan?
I want to be YouTube famous. That's a story for another day.
Oh my god.
Maybe. Yeah, we're not doing this to be famous. We're doing this because we just want to share our
We're
story,
leaving our legacy to our
leaving
children.
our legacy on a podcast. Anyways,
Till next time.
till next time. Bye now.